Hello everyone and welcome to my June plan with me. I'm so excited to show you my theme this month. I had such a lot of fun researching this and I picked feathers. There are so many different ways that you could use feathers in the journal, and I struggled to land on an idea to start with because there were just so many different things that I could do, from creating my own stickers, buying some feather stickers, drawing, painting different materials, and in the end I decided to keep it simple, to draw my own. And then I also looked at tropical birds to find some inspiration for my colour schemes. That has all culminated in my feather plan with me this month. For my header font this month, I've decided to do some faux calligraphy. I used my Fujinosuke hard tip pen initially to draw everything out, and then I started to colour in using that. It wasn't quite right, so I used my black Tombow, and I had to do 2 layers of that to really make it a nice deep jet black. And then I went over the edges to neaten it all up again with the Fujinosuke pen. For my feathers themselves, I have these really fantastic brush pens. I'll put what they are in the notes section below. These are really great pens that were able to do fantastic little wisps. So as you know, I'm a great fan of the Crayola Super Tips for the range of colours and for what you can use them for. Obviously drawing feathers is something a little bit different, so I really need to have wispy strands, and these pens were perfect for that. They've got multiple strands that make up the tip, so I know that's the same as other brush pens such as Tombows, but for these you could get a lot wispier strips on them than I could with the Tombow pens. But have a go with the Tombows, you may get a better result than I did. I created a few different types of feathers, all in the same colour scheme, with this really great teal colour. It just completely spoke to me, and as I said, I looked at the exotic birds and found this really stunning bird that was teal green with hot pink, and I just felt that was perfect for June. So I'm creating those feathers and repeating them across the page. What I decided to do is have them as if they're floating in the breeze, so do the design running all the way up to the left hand corner as if the feathers are all floating. There's a lot of really great feather inspiration on the internet. If you're thinking of doing a feather scheme, then there are tons of different types of feathers and all different styles that you can draw, different colour schemes. It was so fascinating to me how you could take one feather and create a completely different look just by changing a few little elements as simple as the colour or adding some extra detail to it, like the dots that I've put on the first feather that I did. As my feathers are reaching the top left corner, I've done them smaller and smaller to create the illusion of distance, and again, hopefully that they're floating in the breeze and coming closer towards us. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you know that I love doing a quote page, and this month is no different. Sometimes the quote will help me to pick the theme. If I find a quote and I'm inspired by that, then I will create a theme around it. This month it was the opposite way around. I had my theme of feathers, and then I wanted to find an apt quote. You can always find quotes if you put in inspirational quotes and then your theme. There's some brilliant ones out there. This month I was so happy to find one by Stephen King, and I think it's just perfect. decoration, I'm adding a bit of washi tape. I had a great teal coloured washi tape already, so that helped to inspire this month. The dots, the pen that I'm using, I'll be using that on future pages and show you that as well. Again, it's a great pen. It's part of a metallic set that I bought purely for the gold and silver when I was doing some previous spreads, and I was looking through my pen drawers when I was creating the theme this month and found that they had a really nice teal green which matched this perfectly, and a purple and I think a pink as well. So again, I will list those pens in the notes section below. Last month I reduced my calendar page to 1 page because I was just feeling that it was taking up a bit too much space doing it across 2. I kept that the same this month as it worked really well for me last month. I didn't find the boxes were too small, so I decided to repeat it again. As you know, I make a mistake every single month, and this month is no different. I've gone and put a pink dot in the first box, so I'll correct that afterwards, probably using my white gelish pen, which will cover over the dot. I may or may not then cover over that in grey because it can kind of look a bit of a funny colour when you're putting something over the top of that. So I decided to just go with it anyway. I was also very disappointed in myself this month at my wobbly lines. They are back again. As you know, I always have a wobble, but I just prefer them to using a ruler. So I'm determined to keep going and try to get better at it. But after I did the first few on here, it did cross my mind to say I may have to start moving to a ruler soon if I can't get this any better. So if anyone has any great tips on the best way to be drawing straight lines in your bullet journal, please just let me know. I like to have a space in my monthly spread to put my monthly tasks. So these are things where I don't know what day of the month in particular that I'm going to do them yet, or it could be that during the previous month I've got things that I think, oh, I must remember to do that next month. So it really helps for me to have a space in advance to be able to write that down if I'm organised enough to have set up my spread in enough time. I used to have a page dedicated to this at the front of my bullet journal, so if there was something for a month later on in the year, I could just record it all there on a special kind of tasks page. But I found moving into 2020 I didn't need that as much, so I decided just to do it on a monthly basis instead. This washi tape that I'm popping on, I found that in my box. I wanted to show you it a bit closer there. It's a really nice white one with silver dots on, and it just felt that it went really nicely with the scheme as well. I'm not sure if it shows up that well on the video to see the reflection, but again, it works really well with the pink and the teal. I love my washi tape. I know I rave about this every single video, but it's just so good for making a different look in your journal or just bringing it to life a little bit more. And I'm always so intrigued looking on Instagram and other YouTube channels at how people use washi tape. I know I'm quite basic, so I'm gonna be looking at different ways to change up my washi tape in the coming months if I can. I may just stay basic. Just setting up my 1 word a day page. As you know, if you've seen my previous videos, I started this in January, not thinking, oh, it's going to be this yearly thing where I do 1 word a day, but then because I started doing it at the start of the year, I couldn't give it up on the following months. So I felt at least for half of the year, I need to do this and maybe then have a change for the second half of the year. But I do enjoy it. It's quite fun to look back on and see what was going on that day, or just try to sum up your day with just 1 word or some great thing that happened. And hopefully if the pandemic is starting to ease where you are and you're starting to now be able to create memories and see loved ones a little more, then we might have some more interesting things to put our one word a day other than box set or Netflix or the film we watched that day. So there we go, that's my calendar spread and my one word a day spread all set up and ready to go. Okay, on to my trackers page. So my lines, better. Maybe I'm better at drawing straight lines when it's in a big area, so I need to think about that for next month. My trackers this month, not too radically different. I like to use my tracker stamp and track about 8 different things, so I'm not going to change that up. My mood tracker, last month I did a circle or kind of like a wheel for the first time. This month I decided I'm going to do my feathers, so I've simply drawn out the 30 stems that I need, and then each day I will just do the feather edges with the different coloured pens. I've simplified my tracking of my mood with just kind of happy, productive, and then sort of angry, sad. I tend to be a very happy person, a good mood and an excitable person. So it's not often that I'm in an angry, sad or upset sort of mood. So there really wasn't any need to have a great big array of emotions for me. I just kind of want to keep a track on how I'm doing, how I'm feeling, and if I see any patterns. Final spread double page is my content tracker. This really helps me to list out or have the ideas for my video, my Instagram posts. I've been a little bit rubbish in Instagram the last couple of weeks. It's been super busy with work and I've been having so much fun with the feathers and the YouTube, to be honest. So I'd kind of neglected my YouTube posting, and I think that was part of I didn't write everything out, what I was going to post on which days. So again, organisation is the key, hence the reason I love my bullet journal. But I'm sure you're like me and sometimes you just can't journal all of the time. So I do have blank spaces in my journal, or some months I'm worse at doing things than other months, and I'm sure everybody is the same. So this month I really want to plot my content better so that I'm a bit more organised, because I love being on Instagram and interacting with everybody, seeing what everyone's posting. There's such fantastic artwork and inspiration on there, and it's just the loveliest little community. So if you're not on Instagram and you bullet journal, come and join in some of the fun, because it's the nicest people having some highly organised fun. On to my final page of the monthly spread, which is my Ponsieve. So I know I've mentioned this before, I just don't like the term brain dump, and I do like the Harry Potter books. So for me, a Ponsieve and a brain dump didn't really fit what I was doing anyway. I like to put thoughts, inspirations, quotes, sometimes memories and pictures. I'll often use, I've got pre-COVID-19 pandemic, I have a really nice like Polaroid type printer, so it'll print my phone photos. So as soon as we get to being out and things opening up a little bit more, hopefully I can start taking some pictures again of the memories that I've been creating and put those into my Ponsieve. my final flip through of my June feather setup. Thanks so much for watching. If you like my video, please subscribe so that you'll get notified when I release new content, and have a really fantastic June, everyone.
Bye.